Well, what's up YouTube and welcome to my Persona 5 Royal tier list. Now, Persona 5 Royal got a lot of characters. Not all characters can use personas, obviously, so of course the more powerful the character is as a friend or like as a villain, it will be placed higher on the tier list. So without any further ado, let's begin. So I will begin with this old dude. I have no idea what the hell his name is. At the end, he's just another ball. He's just being used by another villain. So I will put him into D tier. We got Kaneshiro. Kaneshiro is the owner of the Shibuya Palace, which is a bank, scam people and make himself even more rich. That's actually pretty smart, but pretty scummy, I would say. And as a villain, I don't really hate him that much. You know, of course he is doing some bad stuff, but I don't think like he's as bad as, you know, the other characters. And we got Okumura. Okumura, the owner of the Big Bang Burgers. He is the palace owner, you know, the space chef Big Bang Burger owner of this company. They are mistreating their employees. I think that is pretty scummy in my opinion. And yeah, and that is something that I could personally relate to, so I put him B tier. We got this old dude. I don't even remember his name. Whatever. This dude is the owner of the museum palace. He is also was like the abuser of Yusuke. He is pretty scummy. He did a lot of stealing, a lot of bad stuff. He is worthy of a C tier. His boss fight was not that creative as well. It was like pretty average. So, you know what, I'll put Okumura on C tier as well. And we got Shido. Now, Shido is probably the main villain of Persona 5. He is the one who's going to put our main protagonist, which is Joker, into, you know, probation period, and he is just like very scummy. He also have hurt Futaba and Futaba mother, and he's just overall a very scummy person. He is the father of Goro Ikechi. He abuses his son. He's just like obviously a piece of shit. Like, there is no good way to say it. The boss fight is very fun. His balance is very huge. It takes a lot of time, and his puzzles are bane. So I will put him into B tier. I might put him into A tier. Shido is like a top tier villain. Now we got the Velvet Room maid Lavanya, but she's stupid powerful. I mean, like, she's very, very powerful. Top tier boss fight in Persona. She just like can knock you down. She got powerful attack. Awesome boss fight. I will put her into S tier. Yeah, definitely. Now we got Mariyuki. Mariyuki is the villain of Persona 5 Royale, or the anti-protagonist. Mariyuki, I never really hated him. Never. Because he, in my own opinion, he didn't do anything wrong. So, and his entire DLC, his entire new palace, I don't know, the hospital palace, it was such a well-written palace. Enemies, puzzles, and his boss fight are just top tier. He's amazing character. Obviously, I'll put him to A tier. Obviously speaking, he's just... We got Joker, the protagonist. Now, Joker is obviously a wild card user. A wild card user can use multiple personas at the same time. He is freaking OP. Joker can obviously own up to 10 personas at the same time. His power is almost infinite. He owns Satan or Satanayo, which is probably the most overpowered persona in the whole game. So for that reason, he is S tier. He's probably weaker than Lavanya though, so that is something to put in mind. Then we got Kasumi / Sumire, and now Sumire is the newest character into Persona. She is pretty strong, maybe the second or the third strongest Persona user on the Phantom Thief. On one point into the Mariyuki Palace, you can actually play against Sumire, and the boss fight is very difficult because she just have like a, you know, a god tier persona, and most of her ability are pretty strong. I think she is deserving of an A tier, definitely an A tier. I might change it to S tier, We got Anta Kamiki next. Anta Kamiki is, you know, the first female friend and the first female member of the Phantom Thieves. You meet her into the Shujin Academy school. She uses her fire persona is pretty powerful, and she does have the power up and the nerve. As a character, she is pretty good. As a confidant, she is also pretty good. But overall, I don't think she is stronger than Kasumi. I think Kasumi could 1v1 Anta Kamiki and win. So yeah. And we got here Juzei. Juzei is a mysterious character, man. I definitely think he is powerful. He's very powerful. And his boss fight was pretty cool, actually. I don't think he is stronger than Joker, though. I might put him A tier. I might be wrong. He might be worthy of like an S tier. Alright, now we got the two, Warden, the two Velvet Room hosts. Both of them are very strong, but they are not as strong as Lavanya because Lavanya is these two are combined they get like Lavanya, but because the two of them are split, they are slightly weaker, but they are very strong. Now the thing is, their confident is quite boring because they just request you to make a persona, then you make a persona, then they're going to reward you with like stuff, and they're gonna make like a little jokes, and you don't really interact with them a lot. But in Royal, you can take them out very different places and you can hang out with them. I think they are worthy of an A tier. Definitely not as strong as Joker, as they are separated, but when they are combined, they are stronger than the Joker. That's what I believe. Now we got, I believe her name is Umi. I don't really know. She is the girl that can read up the future. I don't really like her. I mean, like, she's just quite there. I didn't find her to be like that attractive. She doesn't own a persona. Think she can help you in battle. I don't remember how. Overall, it's pretty average. I might put her into D. I don't think she is good at all. Now we got Futaba, Sojiro daughter. She's also a persona user, and she is a hacker, so she is very useful into the Phantom Thieves. Now the problem with like Futaba that she really doesn't provide much to the table. I mean, like, and her character is very flawed. I mean, like, at first she is this introverted person who she's wears mask and she can't talk to strangers at all. Then at the end of the game, she's like a completely different person, and at the same time in battle, she's like quite useless. Like maybe like once or twice she might give you like XP recovery or discover all map and mementos, but I don't think she's that good. I'll put her B tier. Well, I might bring her down to C tier, I don't know. Now, Goro Ikechi. Goro Ikechi, if you don't know me, he's probably my favorite character here. Now, I know that the game did not explain it really well, but Goro Ikechi is actually a wild card owner, so a wild card owner is just as strong as our main protagonist, which is Joker. He was able to control not 2 personas but 5 on his boss fight, so that is something to consider. And at the end of Mayuki Bell, Akechi will gain a 3rd tier persona, which is really cool. And I definitely think that Akechi could go tie to ties with Joker. I definitely think that Joker does have more personas, and basically he is more experienced. I still think that Joker is gonna win a 1v1 against Akechi, but Akechi is gonna hold up his own really well. Agora Akechi is deserving of an S tier. Now we got here, what was her name? Haru, probably the weakest character here. Not in terms of persona, but in terms of character screen time. She's basically almost non-existent. If you removed Haru from the game, you wouldn't even notice her like art balance. Also not the best balance in like persona wise. Her persona as power, she is pretty powerful. Into C tier. I don't like her. I don't think that she's add much value to the game, honestly. We got here the Shujin girl, or the girl that always sits on the church and she's just playing with you. It's this weird Japanese games. You can't really do much with her, but overall as the character she doesn't really bring much. Her storyline is quite interesting, but still after basically you got her into rank 10, she's just another useless character, so I'll put her into C tier. She doesn't really bring much. Now we got the journalist girl. I also forgot her name. She's pretty forgettable. She really doesn't also provide much. She give you intel into like your next target. Think she might be useful in battle. I don't remember 100%. I think she is a deserver of a C tier. Now, Makoto, the queen herself. Now, a lot of people like Makoto. They're probably gonna dislike what I'm gonna say. At first, I really disliked Makoto. She was literally being played by this dude. I mean, and she was very stupid. Her action was absolutely dumb. Like, I understand her motivation, but the execution at first, it was really dumb. But after that, she really redeems herself. But after basically the Kanoshiro Palace, she become a god tier waifu. She's just a great character. Her persona also very powerful. She is quite useful into balances. I think she's a deserving of top B tier. Yes, she's definitely deserving of a B tier. Now we got Morgana. Morgana, obviously speaking, he's like one of the first characters or the Phantom Thief members that you're gonna meet. Morgana, in terms of power, he is not that powerful as, as persona power scaling wise. Most people treat Morgana as like a healer, so Morgana just buff and debuff and heal your teammate. That was about it. As the character, I really like him. He simped too much for Antakamaki. For that reason, I will put him into C tier. I definitely think he's top C tier. Now we got the shop owner. It's pretty meh. So you can buy armor from him and you can customize your weapons. The storyline is quite useful, but other than that, he is not a persona user. So I will put him into D tier. He was quite forgettable. I mean, he's definitely got more personality. I'm not whether in terms of powerful and stuff like that. He's just meh. We got Ryuji. Now Ryuji is definitely a strong character. He is your first real friend into the persona. He is the first dude who is going to join your Phantom Thief. He really believes that you are innocent and he will gonna do his best to support Joker. He is the definition of a true friend. I'll put him into B character. He's just right below Makoto. Also, his persona is really strong, so that is pretty cool. We got the teacher. I forgot her name. Well, whatever. I really enjoyed her storyline. I think her storyline is top tier. And she's, as a character, she's very funny and very wholesome. And she's very useful as well. So I will put her into B tier. Well, we got the boy that I don't even remember his name, but I know his storyline. He just plays this video game into this arcade machine and you're going to learn a few stuff out of him. Storyline's quite nice. I'll put him into D though. And we got the doctor. Now the doctor, really useful, of course. She's provide medicine. She's hot. She's really hot and I really enjoy her storyline. So I put her B tier. She's a waifu material. Now we got this dude want to speak into politics and whatever. It's just quite boring. He just said, oh, we want more salary. We want more stuff. D tier. D tier. Now we got Futaba Mother. I think as a story related character, she is important. She is the mother of Futaba. She was in the lead of the cognitive research material and she got killed off by Shido. As a character, I'll put her into C tier. That is me being generous. Now we got this dude. What was his name? But basically, you know what? I mean, you can make fun of him as much as you want. He's probably one of the most rememberable characters because you hate him so much or you like him so much. I think he's definitely deserving of D tier. And we got Yusuke. Now, Yusuke is just a character. I mean, he is funny. His persona is quite good. We first meet him into the Museum Palace. I think he's just a disappointing character. Honestly speaking, the weird dude who made who make weird jokes. He doesn't provide much. He's definitely cool, but I think he is a C tier. And we got this dude. He was very rude to you at the beginning. This dude also witnessed the abuse of Kamoshida and he just stayed silent. And he also blackmailed Makoto and made her investigate the Phantom Thieves. He is a D tier. I really hated him. Now we got Sojiro. Sojiro, I really like. He is the shop owner. He is your guardian. He is the guy who's going to take care of you from the first of the game to the last moment of the game. He's gonna be right there with you, supporting you. He is obviously a god tier character. I really like him. I don't think there's anyone who really dislikes Sojiro. I brought him here. I really like him. He is a B tier. We got Sai Nijima. Sai Nijima, he is Makoto's older sister. She is the detective that is investigating us through the first of the story. I think she is a pretty cool character. I really wish that they made her a romanceable character. I'm not gonna lie, because she is a waifu material. I will put her above you know what? I'll put her here. Sai Nijima is definitely a B tier. Now we got Chiho. Chiho is the friend of Aunt Kamiki. She is alright. I like her. But basically, she's just that. We don't really see much of her. I mean, like, we see her into rank 9, into Aunt Kamiki Confident. Other than that, we don't really see her much. She's a D tier. We got King Kamoshida. Kamoshida is the first villain into the Persona series. He's just a douchebag, honestly. I really like him as a villain. You really hate Kamoshida. I think like Kamoshida is definitely not as bad as like Shido, but I definitely think he is a scumbag. His balance is pretty fun as well. The castle of Lust. His boss fight is really funny, really strong, really creative. I love his boss fight, so I will put him into D tier. And I think that was it. So that was the Persona 5 Royal tier list. Let me take a look at it one more time. Lavanya S tier, Joker, Goro Akechi S tier, got the two twin into A tier, got Mariyuki and Kasumi A tier, we got Jose A tier. I think I'm quite confident. I think this is my Persona 5 Royal tier list. That was it. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was a little fun video to make. Definitely I'm gonna have a really fun time editing this video out. Let me know your tier list down in the comment section. Persona 5 Royal got a lot of characters, so it's gonna be a fun discussion for us down in the comment. I reply to all comments, so please do not hesitate to leave a comment. I really love reading your comment, and you might even want a shout out on my next video. That was all for me. YouTube should recommend 2 videos for you to click on them. That was all, and I'll see you in the next video.